All right, let's talk about fruit. We all know the usual suspects, right? Apples, bananas, that one orange that's been sitting on your counter for like 3 weeks, you know the one. But the other day, someone handed me something that looked like a tiny, shy potato. I'm serious, it was small, round, and had this brownish yellow skin. I thought, is this a new kind of potato? Did they shrink it? Is this what happens when you leave a potato in your pocket for too long? I was confused, I was intrigued. I was also a little worried I was about to be part of a prank. But then they told me it was a fruit, a Duku fruit, and my world, which I thought was pretty well rounded, suddenly got a lot more round and potato-like. I held this little orb in my hand, and honestly, it felt like a secret. It wasn't flashy like a dragon fruit or big and dramatic like a pineapple. It was humble. It looked like it had a good personality, you know? Like it would be a great listener. I half expected it to start telling me a story. So I'm standing there, having a one-sided conversation with this fruit, which is totally normal, by the way. People talk to their plants all the time. This was just a pre-plant, I guess. It's amazing how something so simple can just stop you in your tracks and make you go, huh. What else is out there that I've been missing? It's not every day you meet a fruit that looks like it could be a prop in a garden gnome's bowling alley. This little guy, this Duku, comes from Southeast Asia, a place that clearly knows how to do snacks right. Forget potato chips, they have potato-looking fruits. That's next-level snacking. It's like nature played a little joke. You want a snack? Here's something that looks like one thing but tastes like a party in your mouth. And I love a good party, especially one I can carry in my pocket. Okay, let's get into the specifics. What is this mysterious Duku? It's a fruit, we've established that. It's not a potato, we've cleared that up too. Thank goodness. The Duku, or Lancium domesticum if you're feeling fancy and scientific, is a type of fruit that grows on a tree, a big tree. Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, basically, it grows in all the places you'd want to be on vacation right now. Imagine that. You're lounging in a hammock, and someone just hands you a bunch of these. That's living. The fruit grows in clusters, kind of like grapes, but instead of a vine, it's a big leafy tree. So it's like a grape that got a promotion. Good for you, Duku. The Duku itself is part of a family of similar fruits. Langsat longkong. They're all cousins. Duku is like the friendly, easygoing cousin everyone loves to hang out with. It has a slightly thicker skin than its relatives, which is great because it makes it less messy. And nobody likes a messy cousin. The skin is this soft, leathery, yellowish-brown peel. It doesn't look particularly appetizing, I'll admit. It's the ultimate lesson in not judging a book or a fruit by its cover. It's nature's way of saying, hey, the good stuff is on the inside, which is a lovely message, isn't it? It applies to people and it applies to potato fruits. So where do you find these things? You're probably not going to see them next to the apples at your local supermarket unless you have a really, really cool supermarket. Asian markets specialty fruit stores, especially during their peak season, summer, fall. When they're in season, they are everywhere in Southeast Asia. People sell them in giant bunches on the side of the road. It's their version of a lemonade stand, but way more exotic. Kids sell them, grandmas sell them. It's a whole community event centered around this one little fruit. It brings people together, which is more than I can say for that orange on your counter. Now for the main event, the moment of truth. How do you eat a Duku, and what in the world does it taste like? First, you have to get inside. There's no fancy tool required. You just gently squeeze it. That's it. You give it a little pinch, usually at the top or bottom. The leathery skin just splits open. It's so satisfying. It's like opening a tiny treasure chest. And inside, you don't find gold, you find something better. Translucent, pearly white segments of fruit, huddled together like little jewels. It looks like a peeled garlic clove, but please do not get them confused. That would be a very, very different kind of snack. A very pungent snack. Once you've opened it, you just pop the segments into your mouth. The texture is incredible. It's juicy, it's soft, it's almost jelly-like, but with a little more substance. Lychee. Grape. A tropical vacation turned perfect bite-sized treat. And the taste, oh the taste. It's a perfect balance of sweet and tangy. It's not overwhelmingly sweet like some fruits. It has this subtle citrusy kick to it that is so refreshing. Sweet grapefruit, hint of pineapple, whisper of pear. It's complex, it's sophisticated. It's a fruit that's clearly read a lot of books. It's got layers. Now, a word of caution. The seeds. Most of the segments are seedless, which is fantastic. But sometimes in the larger segments, you'll find a little green seed. And you do not want to bite into that seed. Trust me on this. It is incredibly bitter. It's like the fruit's one little defense mechanism. Enjoy my deliciousness, but respect my boundaries. Eat around the seed, or spit it out. It's a small price to pay for the deliciousness you get in return. It's like watching a movie with one really loud commercial. A little annoying, but the movie is still great. Brenda introduced me to Duku. She grew up with it, she handed me one and said, just try it. And I did, and my face must have been a picture. You're probably thinking, okay, Ellen, it's delicious. I get it. But is it good for me? Can I eat a whole bowl of them and call it a health cleanse? Well, I'm not a doctor, so let's not get carried away. But yes, the Duku is packed with good stuff. It's like a tiny natural multivitamin. First off, it's loaded with vitamin C. We all love vitamin C. It helps boost your immune system, which is great for fighting off colds. So next time you feel a sniffle coming on, maybe reach for a Duku instead of just chugging orange juice. It's way more fun to peel. It's also a great source of antioxidants, which are those little superheroes that fight off bad guys in your body called free radicals. So eating Duku is basically like assembling your own team of tiny fruity Avengers. But wait, there's more. Duku is also a good source of fiber, and we all know what fiber is good for. It keeps your digestive system, let's just say, running smoothly. It's like a gentle, friendly traffic cop for your insides, especially after a big meal. A few Duku for dessert? It's delicious and it's helping you out. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The fruit also contains B vitamins, riboflavin, thiamine, which are important for energy. So if you're feeling that 3 p.m. slump, maybe a handful of Duku is the answer. It's better than a 4th cup of coffee and it won't make you jittery. Unless you're just really, really excited about eating Duku, which is understandable. Here's a fun fact for you. In some traditional medicine practices in Southeast Asia, they don't just use the fruit, they use the whole plant. The skin of the Duku, when dried, can be burned like incense to repel mosquitoes. How cool is that? It's a snack and a bug repellent. Talk about a multitasker. The bark of the tree has also been used in traditional remedies. It's amazing to think about how one plant can provide so much. It's food, it's medicine, it's mosquito control. What can't this thing do? So I tried the Duku. I learned about it. I was charmed by its potato-like appearance and its treasure chest interior. It was a 5-minute snack that turned into a whole adventure, and it left me with more than just a sweet taste in my mouth. It left me with a feeling of inspiration. It sounds silly to say a fruit inspired me, but it did. It reminded me how much wonder there is in the world, hidden in the most unexpected places. We get so stuck in our routines. We eat the same breakfast, drive the same route to work, watch the same shows. We forget to look for the new, the different, the wonderfully weird. This little Duku was a jolt out of the ordinary. It was a delicious, juicy reminder to be curious, to ask questions, to be open to new experiences, even if they look a little strange at first. How many other Dukus are out there in our lives? Maybe it's not a fruit. Maybe it's a type of music you've never listened to, a book by an author you've never heard of, or a conversation with a neighbor you've only ever waved to. These are the things that make life rich and exciting. It's about taking that small leap of faith and trying something new. You might not love it, and that's okay, but you might. You might discover your new favorite thing. You might find your own Duku. In Southeast Asia, sharing Duku is an act of hospitality and friendship. It's a simple gesture that says, "Welcome, you are one of us." It's a fruit that connects people, and I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a reminder that food is more than just fuel. It's culture, it's community, it's a way to share a piece of ourselves with others. When Brenda shared that Duku with me, she wasn't just giving me a snack. She was sharing a piece of her childhood, a piece of her culture. And in trying it, I was connecting with her in a new way. And all it took was one funny-looking fruit. So here's my challenge to you. Go out and find something new to try. Be brave, be curious. Step outside your comfort zone just a little bit, because life is too short to stick to just apples and bananas. There's a whole world of Duku fruits out there, waiting to be discovered. And they are delicious. Go find your joy, your surprise, your tiny potato-shaped miracle. And when you find it, share it. It's so much sweeter that way.